what we call types of numbers. So we're going to look at the following types of numbers, which are natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, terminating decimals, recurring decimals, and prime numbers. Right, so what are natural numbers? Natural numbers, these are numbers which are used for counting purposes. So suppose I give you some pencils and then I ask you to count those pencils. So when you count, you start from 1. So we are saying that natural numbers are counting numbers. Right, so we always start counting from 1. So for example, 1, 2, 3, and so on. It means that the list goes on and on. Right, next we're going to look at what we call whole numbers. Whole numbers. So if you remember very well when you were at creche or ECD, when you were learning how to count, you always begin counting from where? From 0. So the moment you are when you are starting to count from 0, 1, 2, 3, the moment we have that 0, we have what we call whole numbers. Okay, right, and then next we're going to look at what we call integers. Right, going to look at what we call integers. Integers, these are positive and negative whole numbers, including Dr. 0. So the moment we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, and then on the left side we have -1, -2, -3. Just know that we have what we call integers. So these are positive and negative whole numbers, including Dr. what? 0. Right, let's move on to what we call rational numbers. Rational numbers, these are numbers which can be expressed in the form P over Q. So these are numbers which can be expressed in the form P over Q, where P and Q are positive and negative whole numbers. For example, numbers like half, numbers like 3/4, -5/7, 49 over -56, and so on. So as long as the numerator and the denominator are either positive or negative whole numbers, or even just a number like -half, -6/7, it's also a whole number. It's also a whole rational number, I mean. Right, let's look at what we call irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. Irrational numbers, these are numbers, right, that cannot be expressed in the form P over Q. So for example, numbers like square root of 2, numbers like pi, this sign means pi, numbers like √3, numbers like √17. Right, as long as under the square root sign you don't have a square number, you are safe. The moment you have a square number, maybe like square root of 81, we know that the square root of 81 is what? Is 9. So this one is not a rational number. This one is definitely not a rational number, because under the square root sign you have a square number. So make sure that under the square root sign you don't have what? Square numbers. Okay, right, let's look at what we call prime numbers. Prime numbers, these are numbers that can be divided by numbers that can be divided by 1 and itself. 1 and itself. So these numbers have two factors only, not one fact, two factors only. So these are numbers like what? The smallest prime number, the smallest, please, this is very important when it comes to prime numbers. The smallest prime number is 2. We can't say that the smallest prime number is 1 because 1 has only one factor, which is 1 and 1 itself, right? But whereas 2 has two factors, which is 1 and 2. So other examples of prime numbers are 3, 5, 7, 11. Why did I skip 9? I skipped 9 because 9 has 3 factors. It has 1, 3, and 9. Okay, so don't confuse prime numbers with odd numbers. Okay, right. Otherwise, let's stop here for today. I'm going to do a full video on examples for irrational. For types of numbers, so that you are able to internalize this topic. Otherwise, please don't forget to comment and subscribe and share. Let us meet on the next video.